What is up, everyone? It is me, your guy, Master Wars 9, here at Sloppy World, back with another set of weekly updates for Gekishin Squadra. You know you love it, because you know I love it, so let's get right into it. So first things first, they actually did drop some patch notes. I know that's been a little late, been a kind of a busy week, so I didn't get this video as fast out, but let's go ahead and take a look. So we're getting buffs for these four, Gohan, 18, Oob, and Topo. We're getting a nerf for Super Saiyan 3 Goku, some adjustments for Broly, Trunks, the Gammas, and Frieza, and then some battle system adjustments for two bosses, Jacko and Ribrian. So let's take a look. Son Gohan. Passive friendship boost, energy attack up effect when ally hero near is added. Oh, okay. All defense up effect when ally hero is nearby increase 400 500. So it looks like you're giving much better buffs from his passive, which is gonna make him a great support. His Masenkyaku skill 2, it needs 0.2 less seconds to fully charge up. You know, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that can be the difference between life and death if you really think about it. You just need 0.2 seconds to get it maxed out. And then leave the semi his skill free. The energy defense up to self and target ally hero on action is removed. Energy defense down to enemies within barrier is removed. And cooldown decreased from 10 to 8 seconds. So what am I thinking? Gohan is a pretty solid character right now. I don't play him as much because I prefer to play other types of techs like Frieza, and I've been getting a bit into Majin Buu. So I don't tend to go to Gohan, but I know he's pretty solid. Looks like he's got a physical attack up, an energy attack up, and a defense up. Looking good, and the skill 2 cooldown. I think the skill 3 is balanced fair. 2 seconds decrease on cooldown is not bad at all, but this is some definite nerfing, which I think is going to help him be balanced in a sense. You know, he's not going to be as oppressive on that skill and force him to play a little bit different. Join in the aggro. Android 18, her base HP got increased. So prior, your low end was 8748. Now it's 9914. That's about 300 and 370, 366. I want to say is an increase. So that's not bad. Oh shoot! No, I was misreading that. 8748, 9914. So we got at least 1,000 points of HP up, and at the high end, level 15, you got about 2,000 points of HP up. I don't think that's bad at all. I just unlocked 18. I tried her out in a couple games. I'm not crazy on her because she does feel very much like a glass cannon, and she's a higher tech comboer. Like, she can do a lot, but you need to know how to do a lot with her. And so getting a bit of a buff to HP, I think, is pretty nice. Because I will notice I am dying really fast with her, and I don't know if it's because I don't know how to play the character. I'll assume so. If I'm not getting the support she needs, like someone like 17 to put up barriers. But yeah, 18 getting a buff, that's nice. Super Oob. I'm a fan of him. He does feel a little lackluster. So this is nice. His HP is being adjusted. He's getting about, on low end, 1,242 as an increase. And on high end, on 15, he's getting about 25 to 22. So it looks like his high end decreased. Okay. So it looks like the differential, he's gonna condense the range, the domain a little bit more. But he's going to start off at a higher end. I mean, we really don't get to level 15 in a lot of games, so I don't think that's going to bother us too much. The amount of cyclones has increased from 64 to 96. So you get to add an additional 32, which is pretty significant. The more cyclones you can add, the better. because that means you're going to not lose out on potential damage from not attacking, and you're going to be able to put out more damage for longer. His skill 1 is going to give an additional 2 cyclones per target hit, which is pretty good. His rush attack, shooting chaser range increased, and additional rush attacks hit effect increase. So it's going from a free 4.6 to 6.66. That's pretty solid. I'm not the biggest fan of skill 2, but I think it's pretty good. I like his skill 3. Skill 3 is really good. And the cooldown being decreased is really nice because it gives you a lot more. Honestly, if I get superstar on DPS and I'm feeling it, I will go super rube, just because skill 3 allows for an amazing chase opportunity and get that early kills. God Destruction Topo, skill 3. While in fighting stance, no obstruction effect to self is added. Okay. I don't think that's major. I don't think it's going to be great. Game changing, but I think it's solid. I think it's solid. Definitely, we'll take anything. And I think that's good. Topo's in a very decent place balance-wise. He doesn't need to be changed too much. So, I like that. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he's getting nerfed again. He got nerfed at the start of Season 2. And it looks like he still has a lot of strength going on. So, Skill 1, Super Kamehameha. The first hit damage has been decreased. It used to be 455.6 to a 450, and a 550. So it looks like everything got decreased by 50 points. Damage of follow-up attacks decrease. So 30, 30, 30 to 90, 90, 90, 40 points decrease. Skill 1, Super Kamehameha is pretty strong. So I don't think that's bad. And the instant transmission Kamehameha got nerfed as well, which I think is, again, it's an amazing skill, and if you don't know how to play against it just yet with proper waving, it's hard to manage at times. So he's a very easy character to pick up and play for that reason. Broly adjustments, so neither buff nor nerf. Passive Fiendish Tenacity. Time until the despair gauge starts to deplete decreased, so 5 to 2 seconds, so he's not gonna be able to stack the spare as fast, which means you gotta go more aggro, so that's a bit of a nerf. Despair gauge, charge gain per hit decrease, so 5, 9, 11, 12 to 3, 8, 9, 10. Number of enemies hit 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a little bit of nerf. You're not getting as much despair, but his roar cooldown has decreased, which is really good. So it looks like they nerfed his despair feature, but they also decreased the cooldown of roar, which is arguably insane because roar is going to allow you to get more skills out. You get skill 1 with Broly, skill 2. Give a couple seconds, you'll have your skill 1 back, then you can roar, and then repeat the combo again. And then there's a potential that you could keep on doing this. So as long as you are still alive, you have decent access to skills. If you need that combo right then and there, you can just roar. So that's really good. That's really, really good. Super Saiyan Trunks, his base HP was adjusted. So his stats, 690, 6955 up to 8100. So you're looking about 1000 plus points of HP base added, but his high-end HP has been nerfed. So I think that's going to make him a more of a balanced early game whilst reducing his late game, making him more of a mid-range fighter. I think that's not bad all in all. Trunks is one of those characters that feels like you're not going to be able to do anything until you reach Super Saiyan at level 7. So maybe you have a bit more options going on here. Gammas. Passive Gamma Switch. Gamma 2's movement speed increased from 10% to 25%. Skill 1 Gamma Strike. The damage has been decreased by a significant amount. 200 points, 250 points, 210 points, free 10 points, yeah. So Gamma Strike skill 1 is arguably one of their best because you can follow up and chain with that. So significant damage decrease is understandable. Super attack, special pose, stagger effect on enemies hit while activating special pose is removed. So no more staggering. I think a lot of people are getting tired of the staggering. So I'm curious on characters whose entire gimmick is based off of staggering, how that's going to affect them in the future. Like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, Gotenks, skill 1 is a stagger ability. I think Ultimate Gohan has some staggering as well. Immune to all effect on self on activation. Okay, so that means you're not going to be able to get damage during that, which isn't bad at all. So I think that's a decent buff, decent exchange. And the range of rush attacks has increased. I think the super attack isn't bad. Skill 1 definitely got nerfed. You get a bit more movement speed, which isn't bad at all. And super attack gets balanced fairly well. Rather than punishing your opponents for activating the super attack, you're gonna buff yourself for activating the super attack, if that makes sense. Alright, Frieza got some adjustments to Zarbon and Dodoria. So the damage decreased 100 points, 100 points, and then 100 points. Strike defense down effect increase, so 50 to 75. And the duration of the effect has decreased. So all in all, I think that's a little bit of a nerf on Zarbon. Dodoria. But, okay, so Dodoria got a bit more buffed. Plus 60, plus 60, plus 60. Cooldown decrease, which is not bad at all, because Frieza's never paying for those full cooldowns. And while Imperial Degree is active, lunge speed scaling decreased. So he's not going to be moving as fast and attacking as much. I think that's fine for Zarbon and Dodoria. Personally, I'm more a fan of Dodoria than Zarbon in terms of the combat. So seeing Dodoria get a bit more of that buff isn't bad at all. And seeing Zarbon getting a bit of a nerf isn't bad at all. I mean, I think it balances well. It balances well. It changes style up. So maybe you'll be more intent to put Dodoria down. Bosses. Brienne and Jocko got HP increases, which is kind of interesting. I think it helps out a little bit, all honesty, for the damage you need to do to bosses. You get an additional amount of damage you can do per match. Jocko gets an additional 3,500, it looks like, and Brienne gets an additional 7,500? That sounds right. So that's more damage you can output for those missions. Star Collection. Super Vegito has been added to tier 1. Super Saiyan 3 Goku has been added to tier 2. And 18 has been added to tier 3. We're going to continue updating hero unlocks as new heroes are added to the game. And they have, again, increased the maximum cap of the Star Collection. All honesty, I think Star Collection's a lot more fixed now. A lot of people were complaining, and I was complaining too. But they've added a lot more to make it more user-friendly. You know, you gotta play consistently, but for those who are playing consistently, it does reward you. You're getting more Zenny, you're getting more hero memories, and the more characters you unlock, the more you're going to be able to unlock, if that makes sense. And characters are like every 10 levels until you reach like 140. Some insane number like that. So you can unlock a ton of characters really early and keep on your Star Collection. They've been doing Zenny festivals, like I think we just had Mr. Satan's Zenny festival. So I think they fixed a lot of the issues with the Star Collection, and I think the big thing is the hero unlocks, which helps that. You know, it doesn't mean you cannot go through Star Collection with the hero unlocks. But yeah, I think it's good. I think they're doing a lot better. Some improvements, Game of 1, Game of 2 ability details. Fixed text to clearly show the range of rush attacks increase while special post is active. Okay, so they just clarified that a little bit more, and free Goku. Fixed text to show the damage increases once Kamehameha changes to instant transmission Kamehameha. So it's a little bit more of a clarification. So all in all, I think the update is pretty solid. I think the adjustments we got are going to be fine all and all. So I'm happy about that. I'm really happy. So let's take a look at some of the other bits of info that we got going on. First off, worth mentioning that Super Vegeta was added to tier 1. That's because we got a new character, Super Saiyan Bardock. Trying to bring it to the page. So let's take a look at Bardock. His energy resistance is very high and his strike resistance is very high, meaning he's got a lot of defense. His burst damage is not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 60% burst damage. That's pretty solid, all in all. So you don't have to be afraid about wasting your opportunities by dealing damage. Sustained damage, that's a 2 out of 5. Range is like a 2.5 out of 5. Support's like a 3.5 out of 5. His mobility is like a 2, so he's very slow. So he's bulky, he's tanky. I mean, it's very fitting of what we interpret Bardock as. He's not the damage powerhouse, but he's tanky in a lot of interpretations of the character in Dragon Ball media. You know, Dragon Ball Legends, Dokkan Battle, the card game. So let's take a look at him. His passive is Rebel Warrior, the ability that strengthens self based off attacks received. The revenge gauge fills up each time damage is taken, and damage taken will be reduced based off the gauge level. The gauge gradually decreases if no damage is taken for a set period. So he is able to, the more damage he takes, the less damage he takes. It's kind of like the cheese paradox. Swiss cheese has holes. More cheese means more holes means less cheese, so more cheese means less cheese. So it's fascinating. I've played a couple matches against him. He can definitely feel very tanky and very hard to kill. Rush attack, a physical attack. The movement speed increases based off the revenge level. When the gauge is maxed out, the number of attacks will decrease, but they become AoE attacks with increased damage until the gauge reaches 0. So again, he's low mobility, so maxing out your speed or filling out your speed is going to allow you to chase more on your opponents if you want to get those kills. And then you're going to start dealing AoE damage, probably at a higher rate of damage, but less damage per hit. Skill 1 is Rebellion Smash, a guaranteed attack that sends targeted enemy and sends them flying. If they hit a wall or foe, they will both receive extra damage and have movement speed down applied. So it's a lot like that Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta skill where he kicks you in to control your movement, but it doesn't stagger, which I think is pretty solid. Skill 2 is Wild Roar. Invites enemy aggression while guarding and unleashes counter attacks. Generates a surrounding shockwave that applies wrath to enemies it hits. The more enemies with wrath applied, the more extra HP gained. Further surrounding shockwaves will be generated each time damage is taken while guarding. Can move while guarding. Re-enter the same command, activate a different skill, or perform a vanishing step to stop guarding. So essentially all this is, it's a General Rildo. It's the one that forces enemies to move towards you and target you and attack you. You're going to be taking damage with your bonus HP. The fact that you have this as a skill too is insanely nice. General Rildo is one of your top skills for tanks, or top assists for tanks. Personally, I'm more of a Kaba because I like that early game defense buff to kind of help me, but I understand completely why people like Rildo. So being able to double Rildo is really nice because you can have allies fill it in. Again, seems like Bardock's not the one who wants the glory, but to help get kills. Skill freeze, rage, and charge. Move at high speeds in a set direction to get to your allies. Enemy heroes or bosses within a movement path will be attacked with an uppercut, applying movement speed down to them. After moving a set distance, enemies will staggered by the attack, staggered duration and damage. Dealt by the uppercut increases the further you move. You can redirect while moving, stops upon re-entering the same command or hitting a wall. So it almost seems like an Icarus or the Delivery Dragon, the skill 1 move. Cow Pie Pie if you're rank A for season 1. So you get a lot of movement going on there, which I think is solid. The stagger awards you for using it early and committing a bit more to it, which I think is cool. I mean, taking a look, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think at least 10 meters will start up the stagger, and then 5 meters is kind of your low end, maybe 5 meters for the base stagger. I don't know, it's an interesting skill. I think having that as a mobility option is pretty solid. The super attack is Riot Javelin, fires an energy blast in a set direction. The blast carries its enemy heroes it hits and explodes after a set amount of time has passed or after hitting a wall. So he's got a lot of, oh, well, we got Super Saiyan Transformation, base HP, armor, and attack all up, revenge gauge amount gained from Rebel Warrior increase, and gauge power up effect time will be extended. So he's got a lot of effects that seem to be based off of assisting your allies, be it through controlling the positioning of your opponents, like with skill 1 and the super attack, stunning your opponents and applying speed down, such as in skill 2 and skill 3. So I think he's got a lot of options. He definitely seems more like a revenge killer in that kind of sense, where he's going to debuff you heavy and let you get killed and be punished for coming in and attacking him. But he doesn't want to initiate combat himself. He always is going to want to have someone near him. I wouldn't really throw him as the solo defense on a point. I mean, you could probably be fine, and like skill 2 Wild Roar is going to be solid for that defense point, but he's going to flourish when he has someone to assist. Probably someone who's got decent range or AoE. Super Saiyan Son Goku and Super Saiyan Free Son Goku won't be bad options. Super Saiyan Broly with his skill 1. Topo skill 2 top isn't bad for that large AoE he can obtain. Kale skill 3 is not bad. Goku with his bomb isn't bad. So you got options. You got options that really work with that. I think Deborah's gonna really work nice with that because, well, they're Wraths. They're not gonna be able to, you know, head out. So you're gonna be able to Vanishing Step. That's right. They're not gonna be able to Vanishing Step. So you're gonna be able to get better opportunity at stoning them. Yeah, I think he saw it. I don't think he's going to be better than Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in the long term, but I think he's going to be very good. Like, in terms of tanks, I could see him easily being a number 2 at the end of the day. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta just has a lot going on. He's got a lot of good stuff in his kit. His walling, his being able to stun, his overall movement. His super is really good to push. Yeah. All right. So with that, let's talk about trial heroes. You know, new week. We got new trial heroes. You're gonna have to play one if you want that mission down. So first off in DPS, we've got Bojack. Bojack has been a high option since season 2. After the nerf, he got a buff after season 2, at the start of season 2, and Super Saiyan Free Goku got a nerf. So we saw a lot of people going towards Bojack. He's got a lot of excellent AoE and ranged options while positioning your opponents in a good way. He doesn't actually move their position, but he punishes them for being in position. A lot of predict, a lot of check. For example, his Psycho Fred will slow down opponents. His skill 1 will set out like landmines, almost like Piccolo. And then his Galactic Buster is just a simple range attack. His super attack's a pretty solid boss killer. And he's got a transformation, which always makes a character just a little bit better. So Bojack's pretty solid. I think that you could definitely enjoy him if you like your ranged characters. We also got Super Saiyan Trunks. Personally, I'm a fan. I think he's gonna get a little bit of tweaking here and there, so he's gonna get minor buffs because they don't want to make him too powerful too quick and then have to nerf the heck out of him. But he's a follow-up killer. He does a lot more damage when the opponent is at half health or less. So hide and sneak away until you can help, or bring in the damage. His skill 2 is an excellent ranged option for getting in or even getting out. His skill 1's awesome for dealing damage. His skill 2 is fine. It allows him to hide a little bit more. His skill 3 is pretty high damage. He's got a lot of burst damage. It's maxed out, so he's able to do a lot of damage to the enemy base. He's got a transform, and if you get a kill on an enemy player, you're going to be able to use a skill before its cooldown's up. So you can get a kill with Burst Sword and then use it right again. So I think he's good. I like Trunks. He's a fun play style. Very chasey, very aggro. It's what they want in this kind of game. Looking at tanks, we got Cooler. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Cooler just because his playstyle as a tank is not what I like. He's typically one of those ones I will pick last, but also I need to play him more just to get him figured out. He's got the Destruction Ray, Death Stopper is pretty solid, Death Chaser is really good. His passive is Imperial Retaliation, so when an enemy hero lands an attack, your skills are going to be enhanced. And his Atomic Supernova is pretty good. Anything that's like a big bomb AoE is just solid. Looking at what else we got Baby. I've done a video on Baby before. You can check him out, so I won't go into too much detail, but he's pretty good. I'm a big fan of his skill 2 for AoE effects at Pulse. His skill 3 allows you to assist allies, so it's really great in communication because you're going to be able to assist your teammates when they're willing to go aggro. You can call that out. His passive is kind of like not really worth a damn. Maybe the late game you can get some stuff out of it. His skill 1's an excellent push option. I'm fine with his Revenge Blast, but yeah, he's good. He's worth a try. Maybe try against NPC bots, like a bot match first to practice him, because he is a bit more unique compared to other characters, but he's pretty solid. Looking at techs, we got Krillin. Krillin is the bread and butter. He is vanilla of technical, but he's a solid character. He's got some buffs recently. I am a big fan of a Scattering Energy Wave because it allows you to move that around. You can hide and fire that off, and that got some big buffs. Being able to apply cooldowns to Tianzon's pretty solid, especially if you play it with Shu to apply marks to enemies. Solar Flare can blind opponents, which is always really good, and the Energy Mine's a great defensive option on point if you need to run off. And then we got Sun Gohan Kid. Again, he got those adjustments, so now's a great time to try him out. But his support features are off the charts. You're gonna get all defense up, you're gonna get all attack up, you're gonna get all energy attack up now. His Masenko is pretty solid. His Masenkyaku is pretty solid. And his Shattering Beam is really good stun. So he's a very strong character. Again, I don't play him as much because I go more for Boo Boo. I like to go Frieza. I mean, even then I'll play 17 before I play Gohan, but that's just because of preference. What else do we got going on? So we have Bulma's Capsule Corp missions. Bulma's Capsule Bonanza. So you're gonna have a lot of missions that are focused around damaging opponents. I think you got like damage opponents as tech, damage opponents as damage characters, damage opponents as tanks, damage opponents over 1500 damage or whatever. A lot of damaging opponents, but you're gonna be able to get yourself some capsules. So you're going to be able to get yourself 12 of the green capsules. That is your generic bread and butter vanilla capsules. Nothing crazy out of there, but you get some little EX tokens. Maybe if you get a blue off of that, you get some free EX tokens rather than just one. So it's not bad at all. I recently just got to 1,000 EX tokens. Part of that's because I got a purple or a gold dupe. I think it was like the Gohan Shattering the Sky emote. So that got me 300. Which, you know, it sucks to get like a dupe, but also 300. So I bought the Boo Boo deluxe skin just because I've been enjoying it. I like how it looks. I like the pajamas. I like the candy on it. It looks more unique than some other skins. But I mean, anything to get EX tokens, that's a way to think about it. Then you're able to get up to 10 of the golden capsules, which is really, really nice. Okay, those do not come too often. You can get some when you play the battle pass, but you're gonna have to essentially pay money for the battle pass. You could buy it like once and be fine if you don't buy anything else. But yeah, like I bought the battle pass season 1. I got 750 crystals, and then I bought Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 just because they were having a sale, and I wanted another character for easy level up for the star capsule system. This was before all the big buffs, and I don't think I've still gotten back to that 750. I bought the battle pass for season 2 and season 3 as well, which is about 250 crystals a piece. but they're stingy. I mean, it's not a bad thing. They gotta make their money somehow. But getting gold capsules is really nice. That's what I'm getting at. Let's see, what else do we've got? Ooh. Tournaments are up. So you'll see in the news, you'll see somewhere else, they have been talking about a tournament program system. The signups are officially out. You go into your page, you're gonna look at the very top, and you're gonna see, you see the little tent for the bonanza, and then you're gonna see like a target on the right, some circles. That's gonna be where you're gonna sign up for Gekishin Cup. They're gonna offer solos and they're gonna offer teams. Now they offer solos and teams for the countries of Asia, North America, Europe, and South America. You gotta be at least D4 plus as a role rank in order to test this out. Signups. You're gonna be able to sign up until the 6th, I want to say. Yeah, let's say the 6th. Yeah, the entry period is February 6th. And today is January 31st, the time of recording and release. So you got about a week. Your competition, the Asia bout for solos is going to take place at 5 o'clock UTC. North America is going to take at 22 UTC. Europe's going to take place at 1400 UTC. And it seems that I'm missing the South America. But these are all going to happen on February 7th. Expect a range of about 2 hours of gameplay time. And then there is squad version. So gather 4 people up and do your matches. Same thing, Asia, North America, Europe, and South America. These are going to happen on the 8th. And if I am correct, the 7th is a Saturday. The 8th is a Sunday. So it looks like you're going to get some weekend plans set up for yourself there. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to try and sign up for that to the best of my capabilities. Stuff can always be happening, so I don't promise I'll be able to get that. But if I can get in and I got the time, I'm going to stream that. So yeah, looking to be a good match, good set. Final thing worth mentioning. Okay, and that's going to be this week's free character. And we are looking at the trial character of Cooler. So again, I went into him a little bit before, but all you gotta do is play tank 10 times. You already have him like I do. That's 5k memory crystals. Easy enough. Solid, good. Have yourself a just have yourself a good time. I'm not gonna play him too much. Maybe I'll try him out if I get bored. But 5k hero memories is not bad at all. That's easy upgrade material. So that's it. That's where we're going to end it today. I don't have much to talk about. This has been a long one. I went into depth on those patch notes, but I feel a good understanding of those patch notes is very important. I'm going to try and get another video out on a character guide just because I know I haven't done it in a while, but I have been busy. I have classes starting up, I've got work, and work can take up a lot of time, and I've been trying to engage with some of real world activities and friends. So, it's tough, but I'm trying. But that's going to be it for us today. I hope you let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about in terms of Gekishin Squadra, if there's any other games you want me to mention or take a look at. I don't play too much in terms of Dragon Ball games, but I'm always open, or if they're not even Dragon Ball related. We just got that update for, what was it they called it? We got that update for the Dragon Ball event, where we're getting Dragon Ball Super Beerus, we're getting Dragon Ball Super, the Galactic Patrol, the Moro arc. We're getting a new game with that white-haired fella designed by Akira Toriyama. I think people have been calling it Keeping It 1000. You guys get the idea. There's going to be a lot of information. Getting Bardock right now means that in a few weeks we can expect maybe Khalifa No, not Khalifa, Kefla. We can expect Kefla coming in soon. So all in all, you know, I'm not gonna hold you up too much time, but I'm looking forward to it. Dragon Ball has been on the up recently, and I've been loving it. So as always, my friends, stay sloppy and have a beautiful day. Bye.